My wife always said she hated children until she suddenly fell in love with the neighbor's baby every night. She stayed up late caring for him like he was her own, barely glancing at me when I got into a car accident and had surgery. She didn't even visit, didn't call, didn't care. I'd had enough, so at the party celebrating my discharge from the hospital, I dropped the bomb. I want a divorce. Everyone went silent. My friends and family stared at me like I'd lost my mind. Clarissa Monroe, my wife of 10 years, stood frozen for a beat, then tossed the water in my face. "Are you out of your mind?" she snapped. "So I didn't take care of you during your recovery. What now, you're jealous of a 6-month-old baby?" I wiped the liquid from my face, then looked pointedly at the red mark on her neck. "Since you love his child so much," I said coldly, "then after we divorce, I'll leave you to raise him together." She flinched, one hand flying up to cover her collar. "Graham, what on earth are you saying? I took care of Sabrina so I could learn how to be a mother for our future children." Her voice cracked with fury now. "You want to end our marriage over something so petty? Are you insane?" I didn't answer. "Sign it." "We'll go to the country clerk's office first thing tomorrow." Gasps echoed through the room. Even my mother stepped forward, her voice trembling as she picked up the agreement and scanned it. "Graham," she said, "you and Clarissa have been married for a decade. You've always gotten along. What happened?" The room erupted in protests. "You're overreacting. It's just a baby, for God's sake. Graham, Clarissa didn't even have a child because she didn't want to distract you from your career. Don't you see how much she loves you? She's helping a single father out of kindness. What's wrong with that?" I remained silent and placed the document back in Clarissa's hands. "This marriage is over. I can't live like this anymore." Just then, my father stormed in, face thunderous, before I could say a word. He scolded me across the room loud. "You ungrateful fool," he roared. "You're really going to throw away a woman like Clarissa? Clarissa's been managing the house, keeping everything together, so you could chase your stupid ambitions, and this is how you repay her." My mother grabbed my arm. "Son, calm down. Don't be rash. You'll regret this if you found someone new. Just say it," she added. "But if you think you'll ever meet another woman like Clarissa, you're dreaming all around me." Voices rose in a storm of accusations and grief, and in the center of it all, Clarissa clung to me, tears in her eyes, as she wiped the sweat off my lip. "Even if you've fallen for someone else," she whispered, "just remember, I'm the only one who's ever truly cared for you. We've been together since we were kids, married for 10 years. Clarissa said, "How can you throw it all away over something so small?" She glanced toward the woman standing quietly behind me. My new partner, and suddenly the air shifted. "I don't care about those other women," she said louder now. "As long as you're willing to come home, I'll pretend none of this ever happened." Gasps rippled through the room. Everyone's eyes landed on me like 1,000 blades. My father clenched his fists and glared at me. His words sent pain shooting through my jaw. "So this is why," he shouted, "you're seeing someone else. I raised a failure like you." My mother rushed to his side. "Stop it. He just got out of the hospital. Are you trying to make yourself ill again?" "Graham, listen to your mother," she begged. "Come home, live a good life with Clarissa. Don't throw this away." The voices closed in on me. Relatives, old friends, even Clarissa's best friend. Clarissa, still crying, grabbed my hand. "Please, I know I've made mistakes, but don't walk away." My eyes went cold. I shook her off. "Let go, I don't love you anymore." The room fell into stunned silence. Clarissa froze. What did you just say?" I turned to leave. She lunged at me, clutching my waist. "Don't go, please, don't go. It's all my fault. I'll fix everything. Just give me another chance." Her best friend blocked my path. "Graham, are you out of your mind? Apologize to her right now. Clarissa has been with you through everything, middle school, college, 8 years before you even got married. How can you forget all that? You two used to be in love." Her voice cracked with fury. "You traitor." "What about the child?" She's carrying. A murmur spread through the crowd. My mother's eyes widened. My father looked stunned. My mother rushed forward, shoving the divorce papers aside. "She's pregnant with your child, and you're still talking about divorce. Has your heart turned to stone?" I stood my ground. "No matter whose child she's carrying, I said this marriage is over." My mother gasped, clutching her chest. "You've always wanted a child, Graham," she whispered. "From the time you were 20, for 10 years. All you've wanted was to be a father. Now that Clarissa is finally pregnant, why are you walking away? She wasn't wrong. I had dreamed of this 10 long years of hoping, waiting, failing each time Clarissa said not now or said she was trying. I believed her until I couldn't anymore. That dream had died long before today, and just then the front door opened and in walked Milo Harrington, our neighbor, a baby girl in his arms. He looked startled. I just came to drop her off for Clarissa. I'm heading to work. Clarissa rushed to him, snatching the baby from his arms. She didn't even glance at me. We'd lost children before 2 lost chances that nearly broke me, but I'd never seen her look at our unborn babies, the way she looked at Milo's daughter. I staggered back a step, Graham Milo said awkwardly. I heard the shouting just now. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I'll take the baby and go find another sitter. Clarissa turned sharply. No, it's fine. I'm just helping out. Don't take it the wrong way. Then she turned to me. Graham, you're still recovering. Stop making a scene and blaming others for what's between us. She sobbed bitterly, her cries echoing through the room. My father's face was red with fury, his grip tightening around my arm. Listen to me, Graham, he rasped. Stop this nonsense, break things off with that woman outside. Nothing is more important than building a life with Clarissa. She's pregnant with your child. If you dare go through with this divorce, don't blame me for ruining your plans. I stared at him, unmoved. This marriage is over, I said flatly, turning to leave behind me. I heard the final blow. If you walk out that door and divorce her, don't ever call me your father again. Clarissa crossed her arms and sneered. Graham, since you're so eager to leave, don't expect a single cent. I'll make sure you walk out of this with nothing. You found someone new, fine, but don't blame me for what comes next. I didn't hesitate. I filed for divorce that same day and submitted the surveillance footage from Milo's house as evidence. I planned to spend the night at a hotel, but every bank account I had access to was frozen for a decade. I'd worked myself to the bone, believing I was building a life for us. I thought we'd finally have the family we dreamed of, but it was all a lie with no choice. I borrowed money from a friend just to check into a hotel that night. I found a video. Our argument from the party had gone viral. It was now trending. The comment section was a mountain of hate. He divorced his pregnant wife just because she was helping the neighbor. What a monster. He's clearly cheating, disgusting, poor Clarissa, and she's pregnant too. Even the hotel staff began to look at me differently. I opened my laptop only to be hit by a far worse truth. Hundreds of surveillance clips played before me, recorded from the day. I accidentally tapped into Milo's home security system night after she tucked Sabrina into bed. Clarissa would sneak into his bedroom. Their intimacy was unmistakable. The look in her eyes when she gazed at him, tender, warm, adoring, was one I had never seen, but I knew better. I knew the coldness behind her smile after we married. She told me plainly. She didn't want children and warned me not to expect otherwise when she became pregnant by accident. I begged her to keep the baby. She refused it without hesitation. That moment shattered something in me. Since then, she'd never let me touch her again. And now, she was carrying another man's child. I stared at the prenatal report. The conception date was clear. I was on a business trip at the time. Just then, my lawyer called Mr. Graham Ashford. The court date has been confirmed 3 days from now, the next morning. My secretary called in a panic, sir. The investors are pulling out. The backlash online is too intense. When I arrived at the office, Clarissa was already waiting. Honey, don't go in yet. She whispered, there are reporters everywhere. I didn't stop. She tried to block me, grabbed my arm. I walked on by her. She sank to the ground with a shocked gasp. They hadn't expected it. Graham, how can you be so cruel? Clarissa shrieked. I'm carrying your child, and you can't even show me the slightest bit of compassion. Milo rushed over to help her up the confrontation. Drew, a crowd of reporters' cameras zoomed in on my face as in-hearted monster self-person. The turn camera, eyes brimming with tears. Don't blame my husband. It's all my fault. I should have been careful. Don't take it out on him. I nearly laughed out loud at her performance. Surveillance footage from Milo's home and a paternity test on the child Clarissa claims is mine. The courtroom fell into stunned silence.